Dental Associateship Reflection Part 3. Hi, my name is Dr. Avi and I'm a dentist. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about an associateship position that I had 6 months after I graduated dental school. I feel like it's helpful for me to share my experience so that way you can learn from it. Hopefully you use it to your benefit and you make the most of your opportunities. This is part 3 of my associateship reflection series. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, go back and watch it right now. In this series, I'm going to walk you through my jobs as an associate. This is about my 3rd associateship. So I got let go on my 1st associateship on my day off. I ended up leaving my 2nd job on my own terms because I was 6 months out of school and I really hadn't been doing that much clinical work. I wanted a situation where I could see more patients and get more experience actually treating patients. This was the highest thing on my priority list when I was looking for a new job. So I found that job. It was in New Haven, Connecticut. At the time, I was living in Manhattan. So I had to buy a car and drive an hour and 40 minutes each way. The reason why I had to drive so far is because there were no other viable options that I could work at this time. Oh yeah, and this was a Medicaid office. So that meant they had a high volume of patients. This was worth the trek for me at this time in my career, so I did it. So I bought a Honda Accord and I agreed to working there 5 days a week and every other Saturday. I took this job as an opportunity to do as much dentistry as possible and really grow my clinical skills. Let's start with the positives. I was getting paid $500 a day guaranteed. I was seeing 20 patients a day minimum. I was able to get better at fillings and extractions because there were so much to do. I was able to see and talk to so many patients, really hitting home on my patient communication skills. Patients were super appreciative of me and my time. I didn't think I was doing much. I was just being nice and giving them quality care. But to them, this was foreign. They would say things like, wow, no other dentist has ever explained that to me before. And I was just telling them how they got cavities. This blew my mind. Because to me, this was just basic patient communication. It's such a shame that they had previous providers that didn't take the time to do this. Some of the negatives. The staff was difficult to work with. There was so much drama in this office, it was toxic. There was absolutely no team culture whatsoever. There was also no hygienist, and I was responsible for 3 columns at a time. One column was a hygiene patient. The second column was a production column where I'd be doing something like a filling, extraction. And the third column was an emergency column. So any patient that had some pain or was coming in for like a quick check, they would put them in that column. So I had to be in 3 places at once every hour. I know. The high patient volume was a positive but also a negative. Over time, I became burnt out just because of the sheer number of patients that I was seeing. I tried my best to not let this affect the quality of my work, but it really took a mental and physical toll on me. I felt like I was doing so much every single day, but my wheels were just spinning and spinning. I felt like I was being pulled in every single direction. It was exhausting. So let's evaluate this associateship. Was the pay good? I had a daily guarantee of $500 a day, and it didn't have an expiration date. I was also making more than my daily base guarantee, so my paychecks were getting bigger and bigger. But after about the 6 to 8 month mark, that burnout really started to set in, so my paychecks took a nosedive. 2, is the office vibe or dynamic good? This office was toxic, so no. Team members were fighting every day, the scheduling was inefficient, it was bad. 3, are you learning anything? I was able to improve my clinical skills so much in the first 6 months, but after that, I kind of flatlined and I wasn't really learning anything anymore. I had maximized this opportunity. So after a year of working here, it was time for me to move on. I wanted something closer to home and slower paced. Ideally, a private practice is where I wanted to join next. I gave my 30-day notice, I served it, and then I moved on. I like to look at every opportunity that I get in life as a learning experience. I learned that an associateship can start off promising, but you have to be careful what you wish for. I wanted volume, but I didn't realize that this could lead to burnout. I really do think this was a valuable experience because at the time I needed repetition clinically. I needed that experience to build my confidence as a clinician. And this opportunity did it for me. I also learned firsthand how to identify the signs of burnout. I also learned how to walk away from a toxic situation. So towards the end of my time here, when that burnout really started to set in, I always had a negative outlook on my days. I felt exhausted before, during, and after work. I was irritable at everyone and everything. I had no passion or excitement left in me for what I was doing. These were all the signs of burnout. If you're experiencing any of this stuff, you really need to take a look in the mirror and see and understand that your situation may not be serving you, and it might be time for a change. So what can you do to avoid a situation like this? Know what you're getting into and have an exit plan just in case things go south. If you know this position is going to be short term, don't put all your emotion into it. Learn to compartmentalize the opportunity. If you're getting into a Medicaid office, know that it's only a matter of time until you burn out. It is very difficult to have balance in an office like this for a long period of time. Doing dentistry like this, in my opinion, is not sustainable. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drill that like and subscribe button and share it with anyone you think may benefit. If you're wondering what I did after this job, be sure to check out part 4 of the series. Thanks. See you there.